Good morning, everyone. For those of you who are in Canada, and good evening to those of you who are in China. Welcome to join this webinar. Our webinar will start at 10 o'clock sharp, and we're just still waiting for a few of you to joining because I know sometimes Zoom is a little bit slow. Today we're going to spend about 30 to 40 minutes talking about our program. We're going to have an overview of the program resources, our admission requirements, and also if you have any question, please feel free to let me know at the end of the session. And we do have a Q&A session. Hopefully can address these concerns. My name is Renmin Wang. I'm the Assistant Director for the Master of Finance Beijing program. My role is basically overseeing students' application. So as a candidate, your application files will be submitted to either me or my co-author, Alina, who is also here with us today. We're going to review your documents before passing it to the admission committee for a final admission decision. So I have seen a lot of application cases. If you have any question about your own application files, please feel free to let me know. Okay, so let's start our webinar by talking about what is the Master of Finance Beijing program. What is this Queen's Renmin Master of Finance means? As the name indicated, it is a joint program. We are actually started about 10 years ago, back in 2013, when we first got approved by the Ministry of Education in China. Our students are supposed to study in China on the Renmin campus in Beijing for about 1 year before receiving their degree from Queen's University. This is the degree that our student will be receiving from Queen's University. As you can see, it's just a Master of Finance degree. For some of you who already know the Master of Finance programs in Canada that Smith offer, we do have two programs. One is called Master of Finance Toronto. The other one is called Master of Finance Beijing. But both of these two programs issue the same degree, that is the Master of Finance degree. There's no difference in terms of the degree that these two programs are offering. Only difference will be Master of Finance Toronto. They do require 2 years of work experience, and they are offered in Toronto, Canada. But our program, Master of Finance Beijing, you will study in China, and your program, we do not require any work experience before applying to this program. And after receiving this degree, you can also apply for a verification report from the Ministry of Education in China. So I have attached a sample report here on the right side of the slides, and you can just have a look of it. This would be very helpful if you wanted to start your career in China, because a lot of the Chinese companies will value this verification report. For Renmin University, they do offer you a certificate. It shows that you have studied for 1 year in China, and then you will have access to all the alumni resources of career resources that Renmin University provides. Okay, so because our students are supposed to study in China on the Renmin campus, so you're actually following Renmin's schedule, which means that this 1 year program will be divided into 2 semesters. The first semester actually starts in September, and our first semester ends right before the Chinese New Year. Our second semester starts after Chinese New Year and lasts until summer. And I wanted to highlight that you're going to receive your degree from Queen's University after our November convocation in Kingston. We do also organize a graduation ceremony in China. Usually it will be after the convocation in Kingston, which means that it will be in November or in early December. So it's a 1 year degree program, and you're going to have 2 semesters. You're going to have 10 courses in total, spread it out during these 2 semesters. Each course will be followed by another. One thing I would like to highlight is that all of the courses will be delivered over the weekend, which means that from Monday to Friday, you are free. You can use the time either work on your projects or take on internships or even do a full-time job if you are a Chinese citizen. So this time I reserve for your own professional development. I personally found this schedule really helpful if you wanted to find jobs in China. So that is one of the highlights of the program. Again, 10 courses in total, and these 10 courses are closely related to finance. Okay, so you are learning starting from financial statement analysis, and then gradually you're going to have more advanced courses, and eventually you will be learning investment banking or alternative investment in your second semester. These are the 10 courses. Because our program is a joint program, you're going to have professors from both universities. You're going to have faculties from Queens. See the first row, these are the professors from Queens. And also you're going to have a lot of professors from Renmin University. So they for Queens professors actually fly to Beijing and then they will teach you there. And for Renmin professors, they all hold PhD or they have been a professor at well-known foreign universities. So in the chat box, I have just put the curriculum as I just mentioned, and also the bios of these professors. If you are interested, please feel free to let me know. Please feel free to go to this website to learn more. And all the courses will be delivered in person. So as I just mentioned, all the professors, either Queens or Renmin professors, are going to teach it in person. Our program is not an online learning program. Although our courses are delivered over the weekend, it's fully in person. It's not over the weekend. Okay, so if you want to know about the class profile, here we have put more information here. As you can see, the class size is less than 40 students every year. Average age will be 25, which means that half our class actually graduate out of the university. They don't have any work experience, while half of the class they have accumulated I would say 1 to 3 years of work experience, making the average age of this class to be 25. Most of our students actually got their undergraduate degree from North America. Most of them study in Canada, while some of them have their undergraduate degree in US, and we also have a few students who also graduate from a university in China every year. I would say this class profile is a little bit special because we do see more women students in this class, but generally speaking, our gender ratio is quite balanced. And in terms of how well our students in their financial knowledge, here is a pie chart. You can see that close to 47% of our students already passed the CFA level 1 above before joining the program, while about 53% of students actually working towards their CFA level 1 designation. So this is a very good indicator about the academic strength of our students. Most of our students will choose to go back to China after graduation. You can see that we have students working in all major banks or securities or trust in China, while some of our students may also choose to go back to Canada after graduation. So they're also working at banks or government or other big name corporations. So our employers are quite diverse. I have also put and why our students very successful because we do have career support from both in Canada and also in China. So in Canada, we have a career advanced center located in downtown Toronto, and we do have a designated career coach who will help you to evaluate your own qualifications and help you to explore all the new career opportunities, and eventually she will be helping you to create an action plan to progress towards your goals. While at the same time in China, we also been working closely with a third-party career service provider called ValueQ. We're also exploring other career resources, and these external career resources are intended to help our students to launch a career in China. And at the same time, our students also receive plenty of help from our alumni through this online platform called Smith Connect. Smith Connect is an internal alumni platform for Smith students. So our alumni will also keep on posting internal jobs on this platform or sharing internal events, networking events, or job career events on this platform. These are all very helpful resources for our student who wants to build their career in China or in Canada. Okay, I already saw there are some questions coming in. One of the question again will be about the course delivery methods. Again, all the courses will be delivered in person. There's no online option. We're located in Beijing, and I just mentioned that for those of you who are studying in China at this MFIT Beijing event, because all the courses are delivered over the weekend or from Monday to Friday, you have free time to work on your internship or take on projects. And so in terms of the project, I have listed QUAF, the Queen's University Alternative Assets Fund, here as an example. So QUAF, we do have 3 global teams. One team is in Kingston, where Queen's University locates. The other 2 teams are in Toronto and in Beijing. So by joining QUAF, our MFIT Beijing student, you will be allocated some money, and you're going to make your own investment decision as a team. And this will be a really good project on your resume, showcasing that you have some real world investment, and also because you are working with other programs, other teams. Remember, we have one team in Kingston, one team in Toronto. This is also like global experience because you got to communicate with your global teams, okay? So at the same time, from Monday to Friday, you can also choose to join all these alum events. We do have SAC, which is called Smith Alumni China Chapter, in Beijing, and right now we have over 450 active members at SAG. So they do organize at least 2 annual social events for our alumni in China. These social events could take place in a classroom or in a very fancy venue or in the embassy. So and at the same time, they also organize other forms and networking session. For example, we do have outdoor clubs where the student will be having the chance to, let's say, go to climb the Great Wall together, or they will be offered a chance to play badminton together on campus, on the Renmin campus. So these are some of the events our alumni organization has been helping to organize to help our students to get to know more about the local alumni networks. So personally, I have traveled back to Beijing back in September for our opening ceremony. I have put a few photos of our opening ceremony here. I wanted to give you just wanted to share with you how our student looks like, what is the opening ceremony looks like. This is Dean Wanda Colston. She is the Dean of Smith School of Business, and she also traveled to Beijing to meet our students. And this is Professor Luo Yu, who's also teaching in the program, and also he is a management team. He is part of the management at Renmin University School of Finance. This is Professor Wei Wang, who is teaching investment banking for the program. He is also the founding director for the Master of Finance program, and also served as the associate dean at Smith. And here are some more guests from the embassy, and also this is just a group photo of our new class. As you can see, there are definitely more than 40 students on this photo, and I just mentioned that our class size is no more than 40. And why is the case? Because we do have two sections. We have an international section, which that I believe most of you who are attending this info session will be eligible to apply for. This international session we do not require for any work experience. These are all young professionals, and international section will be taught in person in English language, while there is also an executive section where we are hoping to have more experienced students joining that section. For the executive section, the student will have a minimum of 7 years of work experience. Their average years of work experience is 13 years. Okay, so executive section is actually they're teaching their program, their language is in Chinese. These two sections, you're going to have your class separately. But that being said, we do organize a lot of networking sessions to engage these two sections of students. And why is the case? Because for international section student, we wanted to get to know more about the local resources, while for the executive section, they wanted to have more global vision. So that is why we found it beneficial if we have two sections altogether. And to my knowledge, we do have, in the past few years, every year we do have international section students who receive their first internship or their first full-time jobs from referrals from the executive section students. This is the Smith Connect website that I just mentioned. It is one of the highlights of the program, We Are Joint program, which means that as a student, you have access to alumni resources at both Smith and also Renmin University. So because you are studying in Renmin University, you'll receive a student card, and then you will have a lot of resources from your university. You will be given the access to a lot of the campus, let's say library, or you have access to their own campus recruitment events or speaker session, or you can use their gym, and most importantly, you can use their restaurant, you use their canteen. I've traveled to Beijing almost every year, and I do find Renmin canteen really impressive. If you are a Chinese student who have done your undergraduate in Canada but wanting to experience the university life in Canada, so MFIT Beijing may also give you a chance to experience that. Okay, so let's talk more about admission, about how you apply for the Master of Finance Beijing program. So basically, personally, I would say there are two types of application. If you're applying for a graduate school, one kind of application will be through online, and there'll be application portal. So you will see how much progress you have been made. So once you have submitted all the profiles online, you'll be given instruction to do an online interview. That is one type. So all of the procedure will be done online through an online portal. And there is another type, that is how MFIT Beijing or how all the Smith program is doing, that you will be actually talking with an application advisor, like myself or my co-author Alina. What you're going to do is that you are going to submit your resume and your transcript online. And then at the back end, we're going to do a preliminary assessment of your candidacy. If you pass this preliminary assessment, then I will send you emails. I'm going to send you an email with a checklist. So this is very, very personal checklist based on your application case. And then you're going to start preparing your application files according to the checklist. Once you have prepared most of your application files, submit them online by email to me or my co-author. Once we have received the majority of the files, we're going to schedule an online interview for you. Okay, so let's see what could be in this checklist. Okay, so for the materials, most you can see on the right column there are actually 4 materials. Firstly will be your English proficiency language test, TOEFL or IELTS. So for those of you who have done your undergraduate in Canada in English, or who have done your undergraduate study in English, receive your degree in English, this requirement can be waived. I know for some of you who may, let's say, study in China, but at a joint university, for example, Shanghai New York University or Kunshan Duke University, those well-known universities, you may also require to ask for a TOEFL or IELTS waiver, okay? So TOEFL or IELTS, it's just English. It is important, but not that important, okay? Secondly is that we will require for GMAT, GRE, or CFA level 1. Okay, GMAT, GRE, or CFA level 1. Again, some of the candidates, when you receive your emails, you found that you only requested to provide CFA level 1, or you're only requested to provide GMAT or GRE. Why is the case? Okay, because we're going to evaluate your undergraduate academic performance. If you come from a non-business background, let's say if you study engineering, or if you study, let's say, chemistry, but you wanted to transit into finance, then we will require you to complete CFA level 1 instead of GMAT or GRE. Okay, so if you are a non-business background student, you'll be requested to complete CFA level 1. That is one case. The other case is that, oh, I studied finance in my undergraduate, but my GPA is not very strong, okay? And then as your application advisor, I would encourage to do, let's say, CFA level 1 or GMAT. I would encourage you to, or sometimes I would encourage you to do both CFA level 1 and GMAT. Okay, so it's really case by case what kind of materials you will be requested. So do not start preparing for GMAT, GRE, or CFA level 1 now, because most importantly is that you submit your resume, you submit your unofficial transcript, and then the application advisor will tell you which exam, which result we request for your case. Okay. Okay, the third kind of materials will be 2 online references. Online references will only request you to provide your full name and email of your referees. And usually we prefer to have 1 academic reference and 1 professional reference. Professional reference should come from your supervisor at work. Please do not ask your HR to issue you a reference letter. That is not what we are looking for. For academic references, I will also encourage to find references from your professor who is teaching a relevant subject. Okay, I have seen candidates who got references from professor teaching, let's say, history. Okay, that is not what we're looking for. In that case, I will send you an email. I will ask you to replace your academic references, or I will ask you to provide another one to strengthen your application. The last document will be your official transcript, which you need to order from your university's registrar's office, sent directly to Smith. Okay, we're going to send you more instruction at a later stage. Official transcript, it's usually it's not what I'm concerned. Usually I found most problems arise when students are preparing for their CF level 1 exam or GMAT, or preparing for their references. If you have more questions, please feel free to use the Q&A section, and we're going to talk about all your questions at the end. Okay, what is the admission requirements? We do have a minimum GPA requirement, which is 2.7 out of 4. This is equivalent to B-, but that doesn't mean that we don't accept the student below 2.7. So firstly, we evaluating your academic background in a holistic way. We're not only looking at your GPA, cumulative GPA across the 4 years. We'll also look into your GPA of your major, let's say all the courses relevant to business or finance. Those are the courses we're going to evaluate that those grades for those courses. Also, we value your last 2 years GPA over your first 2 years of GPA. Okay, so if you're saying that, oh, I didn't do very well in my first 2 years, that negatively impacted my overall GPA, is that a bad thing? Not necessary. If you are doing very well in your last 2 years and your GPA increases, and then maybe your last 2-year GPA is about this minimum requirement, that is also a thing that we will take into account, and we will also admit those students. And the other thing is that some of the students, maybe they're not very strong in terms of the academic background, but let's say they have really, really strong work experience, or they have outstanding CFA level 1 results, or let's say they have very competitive references letter. Those can also make up for a low GPA. Lastly, for some of the students who have some personal circumstances, and as long as you have a valid reason explain why your GPA is not very satisfying, that is also acceptable. Okay, so yeah, GPA, it is important, but not that very much important. Okay. Okay, so speaking of the CFA exams, CFA exam, it's not like your GMAT or GRE. It's not like you can take it every month. It's not like you can sign up and do it right away. You're going to spend hours and hours learning. I believe according to CFA Institute, they usually require minimum of 300 hours put into preparation. And the other thing is that you have to sign it up very, very early. So if you want, or if you are requested to provide CFA level 1, I would encourage you to look into the exam as soon as possible. The latest exam, the last exam you can take if you want to apply for our September 2024 class will be the May 2024 CFA level 1 exam. That's the last one that you can take. Okay. Application deadlines. If you're a Chinese citizen holding a Chinese passport, your application deadline will be August 25th. But if you're not holding a Chinese passport, your application deadline will be earlier, only because we will need to get visa for you. We need to get study permit for those of you who are not holding a Chinese passport. In terms of the admission criteria, it will be the same. Okay, so if you're not holding Chinese passport and you want to write CFA level 1, then you may want to look into the February 2024 CFA level 1 exam. That is the last one that you can take. Okay. Okay, scholarships. By applying for the program, you will be automatically considered for entrance scholarship. And if you are, and we also have Chinese government scholarships and also CFA student scholarship. And we're going to, once you are in the program, we're going to share this information for those of you who are eligible for these 2 scholarships. Okay, admissions. Admission. So if you wanted to talk with the admission staff, we do have in-person information session. So we're actually traveling to McMaster in Hamilton next week, and also I'll be visiting U of T Scarborough also next Friday. If you are from McMaster, or if you are in GTA and wants to meet us in Scarborough, please do not hesitate to sign up for these sessions, and you can meet us in person there. And there may be some of you who is Queen students. We do have office at Gucao, and I'll share the address later on. But I just wanted to share with you that I'm also hosting an in-person info session on November the 1st, and we're going to have pizza there. So feel free to come by, drop by, and just grab pizza. And if you want to talk more about your personal circumstances, you wanted us to evaluate your resume. Let's say you're not very sure about how to improve your resume, you want to get more feedback before you open your application, you can also choose to book one of these virtual one-on-one sessions with me or my co-author. And this virtual one-on-one session could be English, could be Chinese. Usually they will be 30 minutes long. By signing up, we're going to offer you a time slot, and you have to reply to confirm this time slot will be conducted over Zoom, okay? And this will be the perfect opportunity for you to talk with us about your own things, your own stories. So right now on the chat feature, I am sharing these 2 websites. One is about application process. The other thing will be about information sessions, sign-ups. If you are interested, please feel free to log into the website and then to sign up for these sessions. You may also view our previous info sessions or invites on our website. It's also on that page. Okay. Okay. We are also on all social media platforms. For those of you who are in China, you can find us on Weibo or WeChat. We're also having our own Xiaohongshu. So I have at least 2 Xiaohongshu accounts here. The left one is managed by the program team, while the right one is actually managed by one member of our admission committee. So if you wanted to know more about the program, you can also follow us on Xiaohongshu. We're going to post a lot of tips about interviews on Xiaohongshu very soon. So if you want to get to know more about how to prepare for interviews, feel free to follow us on this platform. Last but not least, if you wanted to, if you're visiting Kingston, if you want to visit Queen's, or if you are a Queen's University student, feel free to reach out to us. I'll be happy to meet you in our office at Gucao 294. Right now, our office is under renovation. But I'll be happy to invite you to Gucao, and we'll find another breakout room, and maybe we can have a one-on-one there in person. If you are not in Kingston and really want to talk with us, you may also consider adding us on WeChat, and we can have a WeChat call if you are in China and do not have access to Zoom. Okay? Okay, I'm going to leave the page here for a few moments. Let's see if we have any question here. If you have any question, please feel free to use the Q&A feature and put it there. We're going to have maybe, let's say, 2 minutes to answer all of your questions. Let's see what question we have now. Okay. Hey, is it possible to attend all courses online if I am not located in Beijing? Again, as I just mentioned, that's not an option. Right now, the pandemic is over, so our courses are delivered fully in person, and we found that is the most helpful way for our students to study, to learn. That is why all the courses will be in person in Beijing. We expect all of the students to be in Beijing for that. Okay. Okay, any other questions? Please feel free to use either the Q&A or the chat feature. If you don't want to post there, again, please feel free to add us on WeChat, and by adding us on WeChat, please let me know your full name and your email. If you have resume, please also feel free to share it with us on WeChat, and we can have a better understanding of your background, and maybe we can provide more specific answers to your questions. Okay, let's just wait for a few more seconds. Okay, it seems like we do not have any questions. I hope that you find the info session today informative. And once again, thank you again for coming for the session tonight, and wish you a lovely night. Goodbye, everyone. Bye.